recipe is in my cookbook, 99 Ninja Foodi Recipes, and you can get a copy on my website, which is www.susannahskitchen.uk.
Now this has got to be one of the easiest curries that you'll make, and if you like lamb, you're going to absolutely love this. So this is my lamb Rogan Josh, and I'm starting off with my red onion, and I'm just going to basically chop this up. This is so simple because we're going to put it under pressure. It's going to cook really quickly. It's going to mean that our meat is lovely and tender, which is what we definitely want. And the flavours are really incredible in this. So, onion, that goes in my bowl. So if you've got the time, I really suggest that you marinate this and leave it as long as possible covered in the fridge. It's really up to you, you know, whether you've only got 20 minutes you can do it for, great, it's going to be better than nothing. But if you can make this and prepare this maybe in the morning, then even better, or overnight, and you're going to then achieve a really tasty lamb curry. Now I like to just chop this into chunks, sort of bite-sized chunks, works for me. I'm using leg, these are just sort of steaks that I got. You can get them obviously easily from the butchers, but most supermarkets will sell this like this as well. Oh, my eyes are watering from that red onion. That was stronger than I thought. Whew, that's got me, that has. Quantities that I'm using here is going to be enough for 2 people. I'm going to use some fresh ginger in this because I've got it. If you haven't got fresh, of course, you can use some dried or some lazy ginger. I tend to always have some lazy ginger in my fridge. It is quite handy to have. All right, let's just get that peel off of that. I like lots of ginger, but you know, not everybody does. I think around a teaspoon, if you're making it for 2 people, is going to be plenty. Okay, let's move my bowl forward. Let's get the ginger in that we're using. Lovely and fragrant that is. Now let's go in with our spices. I'm going to go and grab my tomato puree. I want around half a tablespoon. I want some coriander, and I've got some fresh, so why not use it? So I'm just chopping that up. Let's get that in the bowl as well. You can use fresh garlic in this, or you can use some garlic granules like I'm doing here. It's really up to you. Probably a couple of garlic cloves would work well in this. Again, the rest of the ingredients I'm saying are all for this 2 people. So I'm going to go with a nice teaspoon of the garlic granules. I'm going to get my scales underneath my bowl here, just so I can weigh out my Greek yogurt that I'm using. If you can't have yogurt and you are dairy free, then you can add a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of water, I think will work for this. Let's just weigh that in. Move on to some spices. Let's start with garam masala. And I need a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. We want around half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of turmeric. Look at the colour of that. Just 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. A little bit less on this one because obviously you don't want it to taste like a cake. And then for some nice heat, we've got cayenne pepper, and this really does give a nice warming kick. So it depends how spicy you like it. It's probably around 1/4 of a teaspoon. You could do a bit more. You could go to half a teaspoon if you like. Now we just add in our water and we give it a mix. Look at all the colours in here. I mean, it looks great, doesn't it? So this is really going to get those spices going. It's going to really help to tenderize your lamb and make it super tasty. Doesn't look the most appealing at this stage, but believe me, this is going to be really delicious. I let this have a 10-minute natural release, and that is absolutely perfect, and it smells gorgeous.